Dr. Suraj, many of the defenders of the new media would tell you that this was a reason because there's a deficit somewhere with the traditional media. And so, nature was a vacuum. Digitization, it's a digital world.
Yeah.
And so everyone with a smartphone now is able to disseminate information real time. There's a school that argues that objectivity is in itself subjective because it's the result of your background, your training, and your outlook. But with the new media or the social media, real time, everything is given the raw form.
Yeah.
Is that an acceptable reason?
Well, that's a theory called democratic participant theory, which states that the media is becoming too elitist, it's becoming too centralized, and people don't have access to media. And that's what agenda setting, because the media cannot cover everywhere, so you have to set agenda on what to cover. Now, that theory says that everybody should own their own media and should be able to express themselves. That gave birth to social media. That is the theory behind social media. Now, as good as that may be, because it provides freedom of information, which is a fundamental human right. I'm a social media expert, actually. And then what that medium gives is a platform to enhance democracy, since that freedom of expression. But the fact still remains, like you said, that where people say there's a lacuna, yes, that's a lacuna normally, and then there's a convergence of the technology has now brought up people to, to hear their voices. Before, minority voices might not be heard, but now they are heard because of technology. But the problem is this. You have police in society to do what? To guide that society. The police might not be 100% perfect, but their presence somehow instill fear in those who want to perpetrate evil. Now, throwing the gate open, that's a problem. The problem now is that this medium, these people that are coming over to, publish whatever they publish, they're not trained. They're not trained. That is where we have this problem in the ecosystem. They don't know what is fake, what is real. People share information without asking questions. That, okay, this information I'm seeing, is it true or is it real? If I like Mr. Surreal, and I like him, if I see good information, I'll send it. If I don't like Mr. Surreal, if I see bad information, even though those information might not be true, I'll share it because I don't like him. So that bias is there. But in the real media, that will not happen because you know that you are accountable and that you are supposed to guide society. So you have to do your source verification and source authentication for you to do that. So we are not against social media. It's a good way. It has opened up the space. It has given people voices. Minority voices are heard. People, if you go back to a concept of Habermas's concept called public sphere, Habermas said that, deliberative discourse society, people should deliberate their issues. And he was of the opinion that television and radio then were being patronized for advertorial measures. Now, the public is have been open right now. It has become inclusion. The children have a voice, the women has a voice, the minority has a voice, which is quite good. But there are so much issues associated with it. And for us and that bring a lot of distrust because people share information that are not real. And people are not media literate. They are gullible. You see, when people are gullible, and they believe whatever they see because they say it's in social media. The fact that something is trending does not make it true. That's what people don't believe. People believe that, what is it trending? I don't see it's trending everywhere. It doesn't make it true. People don't have that knowledge. People don't have that. Those who shun out media, they have a preconceived mind. There's a purpose for financial media. People need to know those who are behind the information they are consuming. People don't know that. For every information, there's a motive behind it. Either economic motive, political motive or personal motive. People need to be aware. People need to be aware that it's not all that when you see information, you need to do critical thinking. You need to evaluate. People don't have that knowledge. And so when they see media, just like any media effect theory, they believe it. And once they believe it, and you can see what it has caused in Rwanda. You can see what has caused in US, Capitol Hill. You can even see what has caused in this nation. So we cannot leave that space like that. We have to do something about it.
And Nigeria is grappling with so many challenges, developmental challenges, and especially in the matter of democratic ideals.
Yeah.
And there are some who would say today the country is almost at the brink, and some would blame the activities of the non-professionals who have rather, highlighted those things that are likely to push the nation further to the brink than those things that would pull it back. And how does a society go about making sense out of this maze, especially at this time when it's easy to lay hands? I mean, you yourself just said it. The fastest thing that goes around is the social media.
It's social media. It's like I said, it's really a challenge, and that is why UNESCO is so concerned about this challenge, the ethical part of social media. Social media is good. It's fantastic. My area of expertise is social media. You see, and we believe that that's the only way we can have freedom of expression, freedom of information. And to be sincere with you, Mr. Surya, you will discover that a lot of good things have happened based on social media. It has brought government to accountability. The issue of transparency has been there. There are so many issues that were buried that normally conventional media would not bring out, that social media has brought out. And those things were true. Let us not deceive ourselves, they were true issues. We have seen things that are happening that normally it would not have happened, for social media, they throw it up. But in the sense of doing that, that's what we call social responsibility theory. That's what we call framing theory. You see, the way you frame your language matters a lot, even though you are disclosing truths. But but these people are not exposed to that. The way you frame those things. And it also occurs that it's not everything that sometimes you have to put out there at that particular time. Not later it can come out, but that particular time, because it can be some chaotic moment. So the only way to go about it is a form of regulation. But that regulation is not going to be a censorship regulation.